You can live on your own, pay your own bills, make your own decisions, and still freeze for a moment before doing something important. Not because you don't know what you want, but because another question shows up first. What will my parents think? This video is about adults who look independent on the outside, but still make choices through an approval system on the inside. No one is controlling them. No one is forcing them. Yet their life still feels monitored. You might notice it when you're about to change jobs, when you want to move somewhere new, when you start liking someone your parents wouldn't understand. Before you decide, you imagine their reaction, their worry, their silence, their disappointment, and suddenly the choice feels heavier. On the surface, this looks normal. You respect your parents, you value their opinion, you don't want to hurt them. That sounds healthy, but there's a difference between listening to someone and shaping your life to avoid their reaction. Listening means you consider. Shaping means you wait. You can feel the difference. Listening feels open. Waiting feels stuck. You might notice it when you explain your choices too much, when you give reasons nobody asked for, when you soften good news so it sounds safer. You might say things like, "I know this isn't the smartest option, but I've thought about this carefully, I promise. I know you might worry, but..." You're asking permission without saying it. And sometimes your parents actually say, "Do what you want. It's your life. We trust you." But the feeling doesn't go away, because the voice you're listening to is no longer coming from them. It's coming from inside you. For many people, this pattern starts early, not in loud or abusive homes, often in homes where parents were stressed, worried, or struggling. You might have learned to be the responsible one, the child who didn't add problems, the one who understood things early. You noticed that when you behaved, things stayed calmer. When you did well, people relaxed. When you didn't ask for much, life felt easier. So you learned a rule without anyone saying it clearly. Your choices affect other people's emotions, and keeping those emotions stable felt important. As you grew older, that rule didn't disappear. It stayed with you. Your parents' fears became your caution. Their expectations became your limits. Their standards became the way you judge yourself. This is the main psychological pattern at work. The authority figure didn't leave. It moved inside your head. So now, before you choose something, you check yourself automatically. You don't ask, "Is this right for me?" You ask, "Will this upset someone?" No one has to say no anymore. You do it for them. In everyday life, this shows up in simple ways. You delay decisions even when you already know the answer. You ask for advice just to feel allowed. You choose the safe option over the honest one. Big moments can feel strange. A promotion feels stressful. A big step feels heavy. Success feels like pressure instead of pride, because part of you is still waiting to see if you did it the correct way. In relationships, this pattern can drain you slowly. You're thoughtful, you're flexible, you're easy to be around, but you also struggle to say what you want clearly. You adjust quickly, you give in early, you keep things smooth. Over time, this creates tiredness, not anger, not resentment you can point to, just a feeling of always managing yourself. Your confidence starts to depend on reactions. When people approve, you feel steady. When they don't, you feel unsure. Not because you lack ability, because you never fully learn to trust your own authority. There's a quiet cost to living this way. You don't fail more. You want less. You stop imagining bigger futures. You avoid choices that are hard to explain. You keep your life reasonable and acceptable, because wanting too much feels wrong. Like crossing a line you learned not to cross. If this feels familiar, it doesn't mean you're weak. It means you learned early how to stay connected. That skill helped you once, but what protects you early can limit you later. Growing out of this isn't about rebelling. It's not about cutting anyone off. It's not about proving independence. It starts with noticing when a choice doesn't feel like yours yet. When you're waiting for approval that no one has asked you to earn, and asking one simple question: who am I trying to make comfortable right now? You don't have to answer it immediately. Just noticing the question creates space. And space is where your own voice starts to show up again. If this video felt personal, you're not alone. And if you want, you can share your experience in the comments. Sometimes recognizing the pattern is the first step toward choosing differently.